Collecting is difficult. Collecting is complicated sometimes. It shouldn't be. And at times, it's very easy to collect. Um, but after a while, you quickly amass quite a collection. And, I'm not just talking about vinyl, I mean all sorts of media. It has to be vinyl, CDs, tapes, books, whatever it is. And after a while, you amass quite a lot, and it can be daunting to really know what to do with that kind of lot you've got, because it takes up space, it takes up time, and the expense of it all. Sometimes after the novelty of it may wear off a little bit after maybe a few years or whatever. You kind of think, am I doing the right thing? And you can come to like a crossroads sometimes of not really knowing what avenue to take, and life is like that. Life, I find, can be very up in the air. It can be difficult. It can be challenging, and it can be difficult to know what the right thing to do. But am I likely to change or stop collecting? No. I think I will still be collecting something, all the time. Will I slow down? Yes, definitely. I'll slow down at times, and think and be frugal, and I'm certainly there now. But will I stop? I don't think so. And I know there's a lot of people who stream. I know a lot of people stream music, and not just music. Movies as well now. Everything's at our fingertips. You just pay for a service, and you got all these albums, or all these movies, or whatever it is, at your beck and call. But really, all you do is renting. You're just renting it. You'll never own it. Not truly own it. And even if you're downloading music, it can be taken away from you because licensing changes and terms and conditions can change, and they can take certain things away. And that's always put me off. That's always... I can't bear the thought of waking up one day and just having a ton of music being taken away from me. Or maybe gradually. Maybe not me even knowing. How bad is that? You don't even know that it suddenly is taken away, and suddenly when I play a song and suddenly you can't because Amazon have pulled the plug on a certain band or a certain whatever it is, and you can't no longer have it despite paying for it. And that's always put me off. I couldn't have that. I couldn't have a streaming service where at the end of the time I can no longer pay it. That music's no longer mine. I mean, that's just... You are just literally renting it from month to month. And I don't like the idea of that either. So I've always preferred to have my own collections and things. And I think many people do. Many people like their own movies on DVD or Blu-ray, or their own CDs, their own tapes, their own books even, and I think it's a good thing to have, but it can take up a lot of room. And how many things do you need to collect? you know, there's a lot of media. There's a lot of different types of media. There's a lot of types of different formats and things, and you know, it can seem a bit of a mess at times, and that's really how I feel my collection is. It's become a bit of a mess. Um, Things I just can't seem to let go of. You know, I've got video games, like old school video games and things, which I'm just hanging on to. You know, I don't play them that well. Some I might, but not very often. But I can't let them go because emotional attachment. Um, but really, the right thing to do would to get rid of a lot of stuff. You know, to have a bit of a clear out. You know, but then after doing that, you can feel quite empty. You know, and end up buying back certain bits and pieces after a while. Um, but I do really need to start sorting out what I want, what I don't want. You know, I feel like I got too much. Um, and I'm in the process of trying to you know, cull things, purge things, and, you know, because I think it does make life a little bit easier because it all seems to be up here, you know, in my head. That I feel cluttered, you know. I feel like there's too much clutter. Um, and although a lot of people have a lot more stuff than what I do, you know, I can't be concerned what other people have. You know, how other people cope, and you know, maybe they cope better with it. You know, and that's fine. You know, there's no right or wrong answer here. Um, all of it is your own preference. You know, but I think when you have a family, it has a bit of pressure. You know, when you've got children and stuff, that can add that little bit of pressure. You know, and maybe you have like a not a particularly big house. Um, Maybe you don't even own your own house. You know, um, so you have other financial pressures. Um, you know, and even if you did own your house, you can have the mortgage. You know, and that can of course invite financial pressure on top of you, and you know, it's it's difficult. I just find it's difficult kind of living in clutter, you know, and it's difficult knowing what to enjoy sometimes. Um, I kind of feel uh, that I can't seem to enjoy it at the moment. You know, I got things in shrink wrap which I'm too worried to open because I'm gonna lose out. I'm gonna lose value on it. I'm gonna lose money on it. You know, and I've got a lot of stuff like that. It's difficult. um, you know, what am I doing with it if I'm not using it? For, you know, another thing. I culled my record collection a few weeks back. You know, and that wasn't even like a quarter of the collection. You know, it's about 300 odd records. I was quite surprised actually. Yeah, it's about 300 odd records, and I managed to get quite a decent offer on that actually, which surprised me. I wasn't expecting to get that much really, but yeah, it was fairly good offer. Do I want to purge my collection again? Not particularly, but I might need to purge a little bit. Maybe not now, but maybe in the future, Um, and I've got a lot of cassettes as well and CDs I really need to go through, and thin that out a little bit. I have video games as well sitting in the shelves, and they could be thinned out a little bit. But some of those games I just love, and it can be difficult purging at times. It's some stuff you have attachments to, and some you don't, some you do. But then when you start going through things and stacking up things which you think you can maybe sell or whatever, it maybe not even like really love it, but just like it enough, just glad to have it in your collection, sort of thing, just glad to have it. Maybe not sort of like it that much or really enjoy it that much. You're just glad you have it because maybe it's associated to a thing you love. Maybe it's like not their best work or something, but you're just glad to have it in there. Maybe it completes a collection or something. It can still be tough. It can still be tough to give up stuff, just for those reasons. But yeah, you have to make choices in life. You have to make choices, and you have to make difficult choices sometimes, and life changes. Life is change, really. And we go through phases of one to another, different types of change, different moods, different circumstances, different way of living sometimes, and some of us might be sort of going through grief of losing somebody, that can affect your mood. I mean, sometimes I'm sat here in the front room and I don't have the motivation to put something on sometimes, I don't seem to have the drive in me to get up and to maybe listen to some music or watch TV. I'm just sort of sat here in my own thoughts sometimes, drinking my tea. The hours are going by, and I haven't achieved very much. I just been sitting down, relaxing, I guess, in my own thoughts, thinking what I'm gonna do. And after a while of it, I think to myself, I need to get up. I need to do something. Whatever it is, I need to get my mind into something. And then I have this habit of changing the room around. Either changing the furniture around or moving one thing to another place. It's a habit I keep doing. My partner, she keeps saying, "Oh, you're changing the room around again, are you?" And she's not wrong, but sometimes I think, well, if I don't actually do something, if I'm just feel like I'm gonna feel worse. I need to get up. I need to do something. It's almost like an illness. It's almost like there's maybe there's something wrong with me or something. I don't know, but possibly. quite possibly. But there you go. Yeah, I need to sort this room out. I need to clear out some stuff, but I'm lacking the motivation at the moment, and it can be quite hard to get things moving. But I mean, I made a bit of a start already. It's like it's not as if I've not achieved or done nothing. But yeah, I think, once you get in a headspace of I need to do this, I need to do that, and then maybe you get a bit of bad news or something, which I've had this week, and it just feels like you've been knocked back again. Like it's like, oh, it's all I need. It's all I need in life. More struggle, more misery or whatever, and it can be, yeah, it can be difficult. Life can be difficult, but you soldier on, don't you? Anyway, enough with this rambling. I'm going to finish my tea, and then I don't know, probably go to bed or something. Probably. Anyway, hope everyone is well. Till next time. Bye for now.